Welcome to the BRCvr 2021 Events Guide. This is the guide to the guide, also known as the video of the guide. And in it, we're going to be walking through each of the steps in the guide and also explaining how to do each step. Hopefully, you'll be following along and creating your events, scheduling your events along with us. All right, over here on the right-hand side is the summary. You can go to each one of these to jump to that specific section. We start off by explaining what this guide is for. It's for scheduling events inside of AltSpace for Burn Week of 2021. Last year, we had over 230 camps create 1,500 hours of live programming. People hosted roller disco nights. We had the Billion Bunny March, and tons of DJs performed. So you can schedule your events in your world through this guide. And as a note, you are required to at least have one event in order to participate this year. And with that one event, we will be putting you into our What, When, Where on our website and helping promote your event. Here's some screenshots from the events that we had last year and plenty more. All right, so let's go to step one. Step one, and this is different from last year, is that we want everyone to have a channel. A channel allows you to schedule multiple events, and all those events will fit into your channel, and that channel will be used in a few different places. One, it's going to be used in your world to show people where what your next event is. It's also going to allow us to put your events into our directory for others to find it easier. Without having a channel, all your events are going to be just placed randomly. It's going to be very hard for anyone to actually find the event that's happening at the right time at the right place without you having a channel. So to create a channel, it's pretty simple. You go into your AltSpace login and you click on the channels tab at the top. And if you don't have a channel already, you're going to click create. In that create channel, you just put in the info, right? The channel name, the description, any kind of things you want to show, like images, and you click create. Once you create a channel, then you have a URL, and that's all we need. So once you have this URL, it's either going to have a string of numbers or it's going to have a short name. So you will either email us this channel ID or fill it out on our events form. So either one of those two, that'll give it to us. We'll be reaching out to you for any camps that don't provide us their channel. So do this before you proceed. All right, so by now you should have your channel created. Now, any event you create, you can automatically drop it into your channel, and we'll show you how to do that. So step two, you're going to be creating and scheduling events in AltSpace. Here's a video that we created that walks you through all the steps to create your event. There's also a link to AltSpace's own events doc. It's really in depth. If you want to learn all the tricks, you can go into this events doc. There's also a link here if you want your event to be featured on the front page of AltSpace. You go here and it shows you how to get your event featured by AltSpace and what the limitations are for when you do that. So once you've scheduled your events, you're ready to jump in and actually create a revolving portal. And a revolving portal, you're going to hear a lot about it this year. It's really important. What a revolving portal does is it's a portal inside of your world that someone can go into, and it'll automatically take them to your event, whichever event's happening. So if you have like 100 events happening during Burn Week, they can go into that portal and it'll take them to the one that's happening at that very moment. If there is no event happening in that moment, the portal will be red. And when there is an event happening in the portal will turn green or blue, letting them know that there's an event happening now. So here you can see what the portals look like. It shows up in your world and it'll automatically tell you what the next upcoming event is. And once that event is ready to go, you can walk through that portal and instantly be teleported to your event. Without having this portal, again, people will go into your world, but they won't be in your event. And that's a big distinction that everyone needs to know, is that you are either in an event or in a world. You can't be in both. So in each world, you need to have a portal that takes people to that event, and the revolving portal is the best solution for that. So here are the steps to creating a revolving portal. There's also a video tutorial on how to do it. You go into your world as a world editor. You put in an SDK app, and the SDK app is called local server. And then in that local server, you're going to put in this URL, and that URL will spawn the revolving portal. And then you go into setting up the revolving portal in this step, and it's nice and simple. You just put in your channel ID and you're ready to go. One quick note here is that you must have your web projector, your multimedia console, any other sound and MREs, we call those objects, they must be in your world and updated so that those show up in your event. If you start adding those things into your world after your event has already started, it won't automatically update. So for people that are in it, so you want to be doing that before your event is actually ready to go. All right, so by now you should have all your events set up. You should have your revolving portal set in your world, and you're ready to go into your event and start setting up the sound. And this is and video. This is the most important step for people who attend your event to be able to hear and see whatever you want to show them, whatever your performance is in that world. So we recommend two tools. One of them is called a Web Projector, and one of them is called a Multimedia Console. So we're going to go through each one of those and the pros and cons of using one versus another. If your content is in Twitch, YouTube, or another website, then you want to use the Web Projector. The Web Projector, what it does is it just projects a browser window into your world. And so you can watch and hear anything that's happening on that browser window directly in your world. Now, here's a detailed guide on how to do that. So let me tell you about the limitations of that before we proceed. The limitations of the Web Projector are that, well, right now there's a little bug that it's not working on Mac. Hopefully that should be fixed. The other thing is that the quality of the video, because it's from a browser, is not as high definition as in the Web Projector. So the quality is going to be a little bit more mediocre than the high def that you would see on a multimedia console. And you would also see the actual top of the browser. You would see where you would normally see like a URL. You can hide that. So you can actually put that behind like a black bar, and that would remove that one limitation. So in order to do that, you must download Microsoft Edge and a plugin for Microsoft Edge for the Web Projector. After you do that, you can then bring your Web Projector into your actual world following this guide. Now, for DLive, OBS, pre-recorded MP4s, and any other media files that you have, we recommend using the Multimedia Console. DLive is something that we want to really emphasize this year. DLive is it's a competitor to Twitch. They use streaming on the blockchain, and that actually allows it to go right into alt space very easily and at very high definition, unlike Twitch and YouTube. So we recommend, if you're going to be doing a lot of live streaming and you want that live stream to be high def and to sound great, we recommend that you create a DLive account. Here's a link on how to create your DLive account. It takes a few days for your DLive account to get approved, I believe either 1 or 2 days. So you should do this ASAP in order to make sure that your DLive is up and running and ready to go for streaming into AltSpace. So next, let's talk about the Multimedia Console. So the Multimedia Console, as I mentioned above, it allows you to stream DLive, OBS, and pre-recorded MP4s and any other media files into your AltSpace world. To go to the Multimedia Console, you visit this link, and it shows you how to set up the Multimedia Console. There's also a guide on how to set up the Multimedia Console here that's been created by AltSpace. So the limitations of the Multimedia Console is that it doesn't allow you to stream from Twitch and from YouTube. You can't stream from those platforms directly into your world using the Multimedia Console. For that, you would have to use the Web Projector, or you would have to create a DLive account and restream to that DLive account from your Twitch or YouTube streams. And to do that, we recommend a tool called Restream.io. It's free, and it lets you restream to multiple platforms at the same time. You can stream to Twitch, to YouTube, to Facebook, to DLive, all at the same time. This next section is more of a fallback. It's called a DJ bot. And the DJ bot is a way for you to bring in audio only from any source into your world. And it comes in at very high quality. So, and also very loud. So if you want to have very loud audio in your world, you can bring in a DJ bot to play that audio directly from it. And there's also ways to combine it with the Multimedia Console and the Web Projector, so you can have the videos playing from one, the audio playing from another. And here's a short video on how to use and run your DJ bot. And here we have a final note. You can run both the DJ bot and the Multimedia Console at your event. And here are the different benefits that you can get by doing those two. All right, so we have your events ready to go. You have done your sound checks, you have set it up, you have your channel, you have your revolving portal, everything's ready to go. The last step is your event is now, people are gonna be joining it, and you need a host, or you need to assign someone to be the host. So there's a short video here on how to host events, the different ways that AltSpace allows you to host, to mute people, to message everyone, to amplify people's voices, etc. All that's available through this guide. And then finally, we just have some backups, right? Backups using a revolving portal if you can't get it to go. We have a sample checklist for you to just check off the boxes, so you can copy this list, paste it into a Word doc, and just go off and check that everything is up and running. And then finally, you want to promote your event. You want to get the word out there. You want people to attend. And so our team put together a folder, and that folder has a lot of content for you to use in order to promote your events. So we created a link here that brings you tips and tricks for posting on social media. We have assets that you can use for your posts, and any other questions you have for collaboration, you can email us at social@brcvr.org. And then finally, we have a few links here, important links, how to use the OBS software to stream your event to Facebook Live and others. So this is really cool, and you can watch this video to learn more, but you can have an event going, a party in your world, and stream that party to Facebook, to YouTube, to Twitch, so people who aren't in AltSpace can experience the event, can see it, can comment on it. We've had a lot of great feedback and engagement from people who are watching the party happening on Facebook and chatting with the person who was filming it. There's also a way directly through Oculus Quest to stream to Facebook Live. I believe that's the only way, other than recording a video, that they allow you to share content outside of the Quest headset. We have a troubleshooting problem section. We're going to be updating this constantly as we find new ways to do things and new bugs that come up. So as you can see, the Web Projector not working on Mac. That's something that we're working on now, and we'll update you when we learn more. And we're going to continue to have any Q&A and questions here in this section. And then finally at the end, just important links that we have above that you can find down here, so you don't have to scroll through the whole doc. And you can see the DJ bot guide, how to use the DJ bot for Windows, how to use it for Mac, how to use OBS software to stream your event to Facebook Live and others. And then finally, we have a link to artists and performers for your world. This is a really important section. We have a lot of performers who are looking for a home for their work. Sometimes they reach out directly to the world. Other times they reach out to us. And we created an intake form for CAMs to look at and see any artists or performers they want to bring into their world to either host an event in their world, or to just be a DJ, or to just collaborate in some interesting way. So please go into this, take a look in this link, check out some of the artists on there, and see if anyone matches the vibe that you want for your world, and bring them in, share the love. So that's been the guide to the guide video. If you have any other questions, you can email the support team, email the events team, or the social media team. We're all here to help you have a successful burn week. Thank you.